Picture this, a bustling college campus teeming with eager students stepping onto the hallowed grounds of academia. But amid this thrilling adventure, there's a shadow of uncertainty, the challenge of mastering your finances. But don't worry, wise money decisions and smart spending can transform the college journey into a masterpiece of financial success. Today, SchoolsFirst Federal Credit Union will share tips on how college students can manage their money wisely right in time for the back-to-school season. And here to tell us more is Tamara Beaver, Fruit Ridge Branch Manager for SchoolsFirst. Welcome back, Tamara.
Hello, good to be here.
Good to be here.
Yes.
And this is something I think plenty of times behind the scenes on the show, we talk a little bit about our debt to college right now.
Yes.
So why is it so crucial for college students to grasp financial management skills now?
Well, if we think about it, college students are just getting started, right? This is their sneak peek into what adult life is going to be like.
Yeah.
And a recent study showed that over 60% of Americans actually live paycheck to paycheck and don't feel like they are able to put money aside in their savings account. So this is the perfect time to get started, to build that foundation of healthy habits.
All right, so you're going to help us build that
Yes.
foundation. What's the first step college students should take to build a budget, and what expenses should they consider?
So budgeting is so important, right? It's not always the fun, exciting thing to do, but you really should look at breaking your expenses into 3 different categories. The first category is going to be your absolutely necessities, right? Your rent, your tuition. You have to pay those month to month, and you really don't have a lot of wiggle room. Your next category is going to be your expenses that are necessary, but there is flexibility. So those are things like your food and your gas. You can bargain shop for food. There are apps that will tell you where you can get inexpensive gas. There are ways that you can you need them, but you can be flexible with how you get them and how much you spend. And then finally, it's the category that I think is necessary to some extent, but it's your fun items, your entertainment that is not necessarily something that you have to have when you're looking at budgeting. So that's like your concerts, your entertainment, vacations, things like that. So once you get all of those kind of broken down into categories, you can see where you're spending your money and where you may need to pull back a little bit, say no to some of the fun friend things.
I was going to say, that's mine, the fun and entertainment one. That one's getting a lot of love, so I need to balance that a little bit better.
It's equally important. It really is, but you have to make sure you're able to take care of the others first.
Yes, and apart from basic expenses, what should college students keep in mind while budgeting, especially concerning savings and credit cards?
Well, if you notice, I didn't say in any of those budget categories put money aside for savings, but a lot of people aren't able to put money into savings. So really think about putting money into your savings account, no matter what the dollar amount is, how big, how small, it doesn't matter. Just start putting money away. That way, if there is an expense that arises that was completely unexpected, you have kind of this nest egg there that can help you handle whatever you have to pay out. That way it doesn't have to go on credit, like credit cards, right?
Yeah, we want to avoid that at all costs. So how can college students make wise choices with credit cards and student loans to build good credit without accumulating unnecessary debt?
Credit's necessary, right? We have to have it. We're going to need it at some point in our life. And a credit card is a really great way to get started with credit. You just have to be careful because they can snowball rather quickly. So you really want to be mindful to only put expenses on your credit card that you absolutely need and that you can pay off when you get that bill. So part of the danger with credit cards is carrying a balance month to month and continuing to add to that. So make sure that you are paying that off month to month. And then with student loans, you don't have to take the full amount that you're approved for. I know I kind of fell into that early on and I regret that now. So only take what you're going to need for school because eventually you're going to have to pay those student loans back. You're going to have to pay interest. So try to be frugal with only using what you need for school.
Which is why it's so important that parents have these conversations now with their kids, because just like you, I was the same way. I was like, I can take all of this money, but do I really need all of it? No. So kind of having a little bit more of that guidance. And to lower expenses, what are some practical ways college students can find student discounts, reduce banking fees, and explore as well as scholarship opportunities?
So I think it all comes down to research. There are a lot of different places that will offer a student discount on car insurance, movie tickets, different things. They just don't advertise it. So you really have to find those discounts. Same thing with your banking. You want to make sure you're not paying maintenance fees or ATM usage fees. There are plenty of institutions that will provide those things at you at little to no charge. So do your research, find that. And also when it comes to scholarships, look for opportunities. That's less money you have to borrow or potentially pay. So do your research, educate yourself, and find kind of those special little discounts or opportunities that are out there for you.
And there's so many scholarships out there. So just do a lot of research, and there's a lot of money there waiting to be given to you for free.
That's right. Find those.
There we go. Tamara, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Of course. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
You bet. And you can visit one of the many SchoolsFirst Federal Credit Union branch locations as seen on the screen. They have more than 70. And as always, you can find Find out more by going to SchoolsFirstFCU.org.